Good morning, English scholars. Today is Friday, February 10th. Your assignment for today, you will not be having that assessment on Romeo and Juliet Act 1. You'll be having that on Monday. So you will have plenty time over the weekend to go over the review that is on your Google Classroom. Today, instead, you'll be going over the review for Act 2. Please go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you. You do have resources in the room. You have your book, Romeo and Juliet, and you have each other. I do not mind you talking for the purposes of helping each other with Romeo and Juliet. The sub and Mrs. Lawson and Mrs. Brown has been instructed that if you are not on topic, there will be no talking. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read this so that you can go ahead and answer the questions. Use your book to help you find the answers, okay? It says Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Review. The directions read as follows. Please respond to the following questions. I want to tell you to just stop this video as you're looking for the answers and then just play it again when you're ready for the next one. Okay? I'm just reading the questions. For scene 1. Scene 1 for Act 2 starts on, I'm going to go ahead and find that. So Act 2, Scene 1, I think it's on 50. Let me get to it. Act 2, Scene 1 starts on page 53. So you should turn to page 53 in your books to start looking for the answers for this. Okay? So Scene 1, Act 2, Scene 1, you're looking for the questions. What is going on with Romeo in Scene 1? So the only question you'll be answering is what is happening with Romeo in Scene 1? Who is he looking for? Or who is Romeo looking for? So who is he looking for? That's the only question that you'll be answering for number 1. For Scene 2, when Juliet appears on her balcony, what does Romeo compare her to? Question 2, for Scene 2, how does Juliet speak yet say nothing? This is figurative language. So you might need a little bit of help for this one, but this is figurative language, and you have your figurative language notes you might want to refer to. Next, you might be able to Google this answer too if you're a little bit stuck. Okay? Next, when Juliet leans her cheek on her hand, what does Romeo say? I'll repeat it. When Juliet leans her cheek on her hand, what does Romeo say? Number 4. Unaware of his presence, what does Juliet ask Romeo to say? Unaware of his presence, what does Juliet ask Romeo to say? If you're not sure what presence means, that means she's not aware that he's there. Okay? Number 5. In one of the 2 complete sentences, explain what Juliet says about names. In 1 or 2 complete sentences, explain what Juliet says about names. Number 6. Juliet asks Romeo I do not have my glasses, so I'm squinting. I'll repeat this. Juliet asks Romeo how Romeo got into her place. The orchard walls are high, and Romeo's life would be in danger if her relatives were to find him there. What is Romeo's response to these questions? I'm going to repeat that. Juliet asks Romeo how he got into her place. The orchard walls are high, and Romeo's life would be in danger if her relatives were to find him there. What is Romeo's response to these questions? Number 7. Why is Juliet embarrassed? Number 7. Why is Juliet embarrassed? Question number 8. Juliet is going to send someone to Romeo on the following day for what purpose? Why is she sending someone to Romeo? I'll go ahead and repeat the question as it is written. Juliet is going to send someone to Romeo on the following day for what purpose? Let's go on. I'm going to lower this down. We are on scene 3. I'm sorry, I moved that around. Let's go to scene 3. Scene 3. So we are on page, you'll begin looking for your answers for scene 3 on page, let's see, page 63. Okay? Act 2, scene 3. Who is Romeo speaking to in scene 3? Again, who is Romeo speaking to in scene 3? Number 2. Who does Romeo tell what does Romeo tell the priest? What does Romeo tell the priest? Number 3. Why does the priest say he will help Romeo? Number 3. Why does the priest say he will help Romeo? We are on scene 4. Question 1. Scene 4 starts on page 67, so you should start looking for your answers on page 67. Question 1. What does the nurse say to Romeo and his friends? What does the nurse say to Romeo and his friends? Question 2. What does Romeo say he will do later? Question 2. What does Romeo say he will do later? Scene 5. Let's move this in. Scene 5. Scene 5 starts on page 75. The nurse is supposed to be gone only half an hour, but she is actually gone for how long? How long is the nurse gone, basically? I'll repeat the question again. The nurse is supposed to be gone for only half an hour, but how long? But she is actually gone for how long? Question number 2. How is the nurse behaving that is frustrating Juliet? I'll repeat the question. How is the nurse behaving that is frustrating Juliet? And finally, scene 6 for Act 2. And your last question for the study guide is, what does the priest agree to do with Romeo and Juliet? What does the priest agree to do with Romeo and Juliet? You should finish the study guide today and go ahead and turn it in when you are done. Have a good day, study over the weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.